Hi superstars! Today I'll be telling you how to start a profitable Garri storage business in Nigeria. My superstars, I know you've never heard that Garri can be stored, but guess what? Garri can be stored in Nigeria. Okay, so Garri is one food product that is commonly consumed by a lot of people. Garri has been saving lives since, as far as I can remember, in the hostel, it was our lifesaver. Okay, every home eats garri. Okay, they either drink it with groundnut or they eat it with soup, mold it into balls and eat with soup. Okay, so garri is highly consumed in Nigeria and is very, very profitable. But you know what? People don't know that garri can be stored. Garri is very, very lucrative. Once you know the secret of garri storage business and you venture in, you will not leave garri business again. So in this video, I'll be revealing to you the secret of garri storage business in Nigeria. By the end of this video, you should be able to know where to get garri for storage, how to store it, when to store it, okay, and how to make money from garri storage business in Nigeria. So let's get started. All right, so you need to know that garri is a product of cassava. Garri is obtained after processing cassava. All right, so we also have fufu, which is also a byproduct of cassava. All right, but mostly people love consuming garri. You see white garri, red garri, different types of garri, Ijebu garri. They give it different kinds of names based on how it is processed. Okay, so garri is very, very plenty in its season of harvest. All right, so every food product has its season of harvest and abundance, okay, and its season of scarcity. So during the season of harvest of cassava, you tend to see lots and lots of garri everywhere. Okay, garri is processed from cassava and you see it's abundant. All right, that's when you see garri go for like 9 cups for 1,000 naira, 8 cups for 1,000 naira. Okay, but in its season of scarcity, especially this year, we have bought garri as low as 3 cups for 1,000 naira. Yes, if you want a good garri, this year we bought 3 cups for 1,000 naira. All right, so in its season of scarcity, garri becomes very, very low, very, you tend to get like 3 cups for 1,000 naira, and garri is scarce during planting season. During planting season, there's no cassava available. Okay, most farmers go in to plant cassava, and that's when the price of garri shoots up. Okay, that's when the price of garri shoots up. So once you know that farmers are about going to farm, that is the best time to buy garri and keep. Okay, by that time you will notice that there will be a gradual increase in price of garri. Okay, in its season of abundance, you can get a bag of garri for like 45,000 naira. Okay, but in its season of scarcity, you'll hear that garri is 90,000, 95,000, 100,000 naira for a bag of garri. Okay, so people who know this have been taking advantage of this time to buy garri when farmers are about going to farm to keep. But you know what? You need to buy a good garri and keep. It's not just any garri you can buy and store. Okay, if you're not careful, you can run at a loss. Garri business is very, very tricky. Very, very tricky. It is one food product that absorbs moisture very, very fast. Okay, so you know that during planting season, it's mostly rainy season. So you need to make sure that if you're going into garri storage, you buy a well-dried garri. A garri that is well dried and free of every moisture. If you buy a garri that has moisture content in it, once you stack it, it will solidify, okay, and then you run at a loss. So you have to buy a garri that has been well processed such that there's no moisture in it. Okay, that type of garri, if you carry it and chew it, you hear crang, crang, crang. Okay, I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. You'll hear this cranking sound. It has this very dry sound. that is the type of Garri you should buy for storage. No moisture at all. And apart from that, you need to store it in a dry place. Yes, Garri is very, very sensitive. Like I said, you need to store it in a very dry store, a store that there's no moisture. No moisture is accessible. No rainwater drips on it. It is protected from moisture in any form. Once water touches a bag of Garri, it is finished. Okay, next you make sure you don't keep it directly on the floor. You store it on top of wooden planks. Okay, you keep it on top of wooden planks so it doesn't absorb moisture from the floor. It doesn't absorb cold from the floor and then starts deteriorating in quality. Okay, my superstars, so that is the secret of Garri business. Meanwhile, have you liked this video? Please give me a thumbs up. Thank you. And if you have not subscribed, please take a second to hit that subscribe button, like and share this video. Thank you. And if you have any question, leave it in the comment section before we continue. All right, so let's continue. States you can buy Garri from is Akambba. Okay, Akambba is known to be the biggest place where Garri is gotten from. For people like us from Akwa Ibom State and some other states around, we get our Garri from Akambba. Okay, there they process Garri in large quantities. Cross River State, they process fufu, Garri, all those things. They have large cassava farms where they plant cassava and later process it into Garri. And we also have very good, delicious Garri from Imo State. Okay, so we have Garri from Imo State, although it comes in small bags and are more expensive, but they have make very good quality Garri for people to consume. All right, my superstars. Okay, so let me know any other states. I know that Ijebu Garri, people talk about it so much because it is well processed and very, very delicious. Let me know other states and local government areas that process Garri in the comment section. If I failed to mention, please write it in the comment section. Thank you, my superstars. All right, so that is all there is to Garri storage business. If you have any question, just leave it and I'll get right back to you, my superstars. All right, thank you for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have you subscribed? Have you liked? Hit the like button. Thank you. All right, till our next video, always and always remember that I love you. Bye, superstars.